It is always a pleasure to know that you are watching the Uganda Catholic Television. It's a Tuesday, the 25th day of March 2025. Thank you very much for joining us for Uctv News with me, Sunday Gloria Bosch. Now, the High Court Judge, Michael Elubu, has set the 4th day of April as the date for the bail application of human rights lawyer Aaron Kiza, who has been in detention since last year. Aaron Kiza, who is serving a 9-month contempt of court charge by the General Court Martial, is seeking bail, urging the High Court to consider the 70 days he has already spent on remand.
My Lord, if I may, the applicant has requested that he wanted to address a sentence or two.
Well, when he has you have no confidence in your counsel?
No, precisely because I have confidence in my counsel. I want to just add two things. My Lord, to prison. My Lord, it is 76 days since I was illegally detained. I implored this final court doing that illegal detention can end. Also gratitude.
Yes, the parties have filed all their necessary documentation. They've presented their sureties. In view of the fact that all this is now on the court record, I will render this court's ruling on the 4th of April, 2025.
Our appearance today was in solidarity with Aaron, because Aaron was unfairly convicted, put in jail for no reason at all, just for representing Dr. Kiza Besige and Obed Rutale. We are very, very concerned. You heard him say, today is the 76th day since he was illegally detained, pursuant to the orders of the court-martial, which has been subsequently found by the Supreme Court to be unconstitutional. There is no reason why Aaron Kiza continues to be in custody. We really are very disappointed. We were hoping that we would come and walk out with him today. We will wait for the 4th. We are hopeful that the judge also, after reading those proceedings, will come to the same conclusion that Aaron is being held unfairly, especially after acquainting himself with the proceedings of the Supreme Court. We were able to go to Chitalia yesterday in company of the Vice President of the Law Society, a team of lawyers from the East African Law Society, and we have the CEO of the East African Law Society right here with us. Yesterday we had the Secretary General, but he had to return to Arusha. We have a council member of the Law Society of Kenya, Gloria, out there. So the bar in East Africa is concerned that an advocate continues to be held in custody for no offense at all, but representing his client. We are very hopeful that bail will be given. Aaron is in high spirits, but the judicial system, this is an indictment of the justice system in Uganda, that 76 days after pronouncement by the Supreme Court and in spite of the various applications by Aaron's counsels, he continues to be in custody. We were able also to see Dr. Kisa Besige and Obed Lutare at the Ruzira prison yesterday. They are also holding out there strong, and we are hopeful that their bail application, which comes on the 11th of April for ruling, will be granted.
Come to stand in solidarity with the Uganda Law Society amidst all that we are facing.
Uganda faces serious food security challenges, including high levels of food insecurity, malnutrition, and dependence on rain-fed agriculture. Now, to address this crisis, experts are advocating for comprehensive strategies to boost food production and emphasizing specialized farming tailored to each region. They highlight the need to tackle socio-economic factors contributing to food insecurity and promote sustainable agricultural practices across the country.
We believe that is a system that can be borrowed again, so that agroecologies that are more suitable for particular commodities take that strategic advantage to supply. For example, areas that are good for coffee should actually concentrate on coffee. And areas that are good for supply of vegetables should concentrate on vegetables and take advantage of the agroecological conditions to actually ramp up production and specialize as well. Our neighbors, Kenya and Tanzania, are very good at this. They've zoned the country, and the countries have actually specialized into production zones. And because with specialization also comes efficiencies that come from economies of scale. So we believe that if we can zone the country into agroecological zones that are particularly strategically advantaged to produce particular commodities, this would be helpful in enabling us ramp up production and yields, and also reduce inefficiencies in our production systems that increase costs and also reduce our support.
Of information asymmetry exists in those value chains. For instance, farmers produce, but they don't know who the buyers are. They do not know where to get the inputs from. They do not know what the consumer wants. If we look at the example of Kenya, in tomatoes that is making headlines, they do not know what variety of tomato to plant that the consumer wants. And even after you've planted, they do not know who to sell to. So we largely have very unstructured value chains, and therefore those inefficiencies come about. And then the Value Chain Act, thinking about 17 million people eating rice, maize, Irish potatoes, that is huge, especially if we are talking about production. But when we look on the production side, our yields are still very low. The yield gap is huge, and we can double or even triple in some cases our current yields to meet the needs of our consumers.
Sachin Gupte, the chairman of Marathi Mitra Kampala Association Limited, has spearheaded the renovation of a classroom block at Entebbe Children's Welfare Primary School, providing a better learning environment for children with special education needs. During the official opening of the renovated block, the school's head teacher Alice Chamiza Basega expressed deep gratitude to Gupte and the association for their generous support and commitment to inclusive education.
Where we have friends, and then that's what led us to come to the school. So when we first came here, we spoke to the administration here, to the head teacher, and we asked them, what can we do over here in whatever small way? why I firmly believe that whatever we have done is just a drop in the ocean. Because this school is again for differently abled, specially challenged kids, and to handle the kids, to keep them happy over here, it's an amazing work done by the school administration. And we thought that we can contribute a little bit in this cause to them. And we hope that our action and school administration's preparedness and their welcoming attitude will encourage other communities also to lend their hands.
Especially children also with the who are deaf. You know, these children learn by sign language. So, and there are very few people who are teachers of the deaf. So it's my appeal that the government should send us more trained teachers for special needs children. These teachers who are trained for these children are few. So, but good enough. Those who come here, really some learn on job, and even in our institutions, in our colleges, we have a bit of that. But sign language teachers are very few, whereas we have so many deaf children in the school. Another thing is parents don't tell us exactly what their children are suffering from. So when they come here, when we take them to the hospital, that's when we come and find out the issues of these children. Another thing is like we are grateful for these people who have come up and renovated our school.
And that takes us off for today in history. And that's all time we had for you this Tuesday. Thank you very much for joining us. I am Sunday Gloria Aboch, and I wish you the very best of the night.